Hi, Betham. Shabbat Shalom. It's good to be having a chance to speak to you. I've gotten some feedback that I want to respond to, which is that these videos have gotten too long, and I accept that. And this one's going to be short and sweet. I just want to give you a Shabbat message, and those who want to stay for meditation can, but the whole thing will be over very quickly. There's a wonderful midrash on Vayikra in Vayikra Rabbah, which is the classic rabbinic commentary on the book of Leviticus, which we're still reading right now. We're getting to the end this week, and it quotes a verse in the book of Psalms. It's a rabbinic trope that you take a verse from somewhere else in the Bible, and then you use that verse to explain the verse you really want to comment on. So the verse from the book of Psalms is from chapter 103, verse 20, and the verse says, Giborei Choach Osei Dvaro, praising the ones who are Giborei Koach, heroes of strength, Osei Dvaro, who do God's will. And the Midrash asks, who's being referred to in that verse from Psalms? And their answer is, who are heroic in strength in doing God's will? The ones who observe the laws of Shemitah, which are described in Parshat Behar, where we're asked to pull back from the fields that we own and the produce that we could normally harvest, and a significant portion of our ability to live our life and earn our living. The Torah says after every 6 years you let the earth lie fallow, perhaps to help the earth itself regenerate and have its nutrients regenerate, also to show that God's rhythm of working and then resting was not only true for God in the creation of the world, and not only true for us each week, but true for the earth itself, and also to test us to see if we're willing to live without. What's it like to look at your field and see the corn growing and not put your hand to it? What's it like to see things overgrown and not cutting them back? What's it like to have your world be so close to you, and yet you're not being able to access it, to touch it, to reap it, to harvest it, to harness it, to squeeze everything you can out of it? To do that is heroic. And it's one thing, the Midrash says, to do that for a day. To observe Shabbat for a day, it might be a challenge. It's not heroism. Right? To do it for a week, to do it for a month, to do it for a year, the people who observe Shemitah and really observe it, according to the Midrash, are deserving of tremendous praise for showing their ability to hold back their hand even when they could touch and grab and take, to hold back their instincts to dominate and to take control of the earth and allow the earth to reassert some control itself. What a resonant midrash for what we're living through. We're living through now the third month of society asking us to be heroic, and it does involve some heroism, some heroic in not living our lives as fully as we want to live, not placing our hands and our feet and our very bodies in the places where we're so used to doing it, pulling back from the stage and allowing the earth to heal itself so that we can have a better future together. I want to say that everything you are doing for your family and for your community and for your society is a heroic act. And to be a hero is not always easy. And to live without is not easy. And to not touch when you want to touch is not easy. And to not harvest when you deserve to harvest, when the field belongs to you, is not easy. And to not to go to your office if you still even have an office. And to not see your family is like living a Shemitah. The verb shin mem tet means to restrain. I honor all of you for the restraint that you are doing so that the world can come back to life sooner rather than later, and so that we can come back to one another. Shabbat Shalom. And if you'd like to stay for a short meditation, I invite you to close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. And keep your feet flat on the floor so they feel the embrace of the earth below you. Notice the calm and the alertness that comes over your body as you quiet down, as you power down, as you go into a different mode, almost like a computer in sleep, except that this is not sleep. You're on, but you're pulled in a bit. And by being pulled in a bit, you're more alert to your body, to sensations that are happening all the time that we don't pay attention to the wonder of breathing, to the wonder of being. Let everything droop except for your spine. Let your shoulders sag and your elbows hang and your jaw be slack and your eyelids be heavy and your ears just hanging off your head. And I want you to linger in your mind's eye on this notion of holding back and restraining, which takes so much effort. Holding back a dam. Think of how much energy is created hydroelectrically by holding back something which wants to flow. It takes an enormous amount of strength to do that. That strength is harnessed in the mechanics and the engineering of a dam, but in a person, it can build up if you feel locked, imprisoned. I want you to watch yourself in this week that you just lived, all the moments where you could have but you didn't, all the moments where you wanted to pass over that boundary but held back, every mask you put on, every store you didn't go to, every person you wanted to but didn't offer a handshake to. You can experience those moments as a clench, as an arg, as a fetter, as a shackle. Instead, just for this moment, and maybe going forward, I want you to see yourself in that moment, not as a prisoner, but as a hero. Not an inmate, but a partner with the Holy One. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I say to you, Shabbat Shalom. And I love you and I miss you.